But the life of Jesus is demonstration for us to endure hardship as a good soldier. And so we should see Jesus as an example on how to handle pressure. Are y'all following me here today? And so when you understand that Jesus teaches us how to handle pressure, then you and I can understand what the Apostle Paul is talking about in the scriptures. Now, in the chapter, in the verse that I shared with you, there is a phrase in there that jumps out at me that I didn't really pay attention to in the book of Philippians. He says in that 4th verse, right, that we read there, I'm sorry, in 2 Corinthians, that's the one, 8 and 9. There's a phrase in that where he says, first of all, we were troubled in Asia. He said we were pressed out of measure and above strength, symbolizing that the individual, Paul here for the discussion, found himself where the pressure of what he was going through was out of measure. In other words, what God was seemingly putting against me was greater than the stature that was in me. That's the way it appeared. It appeared that the pressure that I was under was stronger than the God that's in me. You know how we quote, greater is he that's what? And then what? Than he that's in the world. We quote that. He said, and above strength, where I've lost all resolve. I looked like I couldn't do any more. He said, insomuch that I thought I was going to die. That's what it means by despair of life. But here's the verse that I want you to look at. Verse 9. But we have this sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not what? Trust what? In ourselves, but in God, which what? There's your answer right there. He says, I'm being pressured. I'm being stressed. I'm being warred against. He said, but the end result is, one, it's a sentence that's on my life. Almost as if God has enunciated on us death. And I'm going to give you a revelation. If we are, as I said, to walk in the example of Jesus Christ, if we are to do what Jesus would do in situations, then I submit to you that we should die like Jesus dies. Jesus' example to us is about dying on the cross. He came to die for our sins, but we came to die to our sins. And so when you see Jesus dying on the cross, we can't remove ourselves from that example. It's a sentence over our life. Now, in some cases, the sentence is pressure because we don't want to let go of stuff. In other cases, the sentence is pressure because we're trying to do the will of God. But in all cases, it's pressure. But the end result and the thinking, Paul says, is that this comes that we shouldn't trust in ourselves. Pressure comes so I don't trust in what I can do. You know, when you're under pressure and you don't know how to fix something, then you have to appeal to someone or something else. Am I talking here?